Hello and welcome to the third video in the creating your affirmations to use with Visualization Turbo. And on this video what I want to show you how to do is to use another free utility, which is an online editor by a company called pixlr.com, and you'll have found the address in the members area, and you can just literally click on it from the members area and a window will open, or you can copy and paste the web address into the browser and then open it. So we're going to create a new image, and I'm going to call it affirmations color, and I might just call it pixlr so that I know exactly what this image is. So I've made it 800 pixels wide and it's 600 pixels high, and that's quite a big canvas. So I'll click OK, and Pixlr then creates this canvas, and this is a great little tool and it's available online. So first thing I want to do is I want to change the background color here, and the way I'm going to do that is with this little icon, which is a paint bucket. And what I'll do is I'll first of all select a color. So I'll go down to this area down here. In fact, let me escape from that. I'm just going to increase this so it's full browser size. So this area here is where I select colors. So first thing I'll do is I'll select a color for the background, and I think I'll make it pink. That looks pretty good to me. Maybe a little bit of a lighter shade of pink, and I'll click OK, and then I'll click on the paint bucket tool, and this opens the paint bucket, and you'll see as I move my mouse over the canvas and then I click on it, the canvas goes pink. Okay, so that's how we can change the colors for the canvas. If I wanted to select another color for the canvas, I could select maybe yellow, and I would click OK, and you'll see this changes to yellow down here. And then I'll click the paint bucket tool and I'll pop over here, and now I've got a yellow canvas. And if I wanted to do that again, I'll do that 3 times just to make sure that you've got it. I just go down to this area here, and let's say I want a light blue. I select that, and you can see it comes into here. I click OK. I go back to the paint bucket tool, just make sure I've selected it, and now I've got a light blue canvas. And you'll also see that these colors fill in these little shortcuts down here. So let's go back to pink again, and we've got a pink canvas. And I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger, and you can see the canvas there. Now what we want to do is we want to write on the canvas. We want to put our affirmations onto this canvas. So I'll click on the letter here, and that's for the editor tool, and then I'll go back down into my computer, and I want to open up my Microsoft Word document again. So I'm in my Visualization Turbo projects, and then I'm going to go into my Happy Affirmations short list, and I'm going to select all of that, and I'm going to copy it, and then I go back to my internet browser and I click on the canvas, and you'll see a little text box open up, and on my computer I push down the control key, which is usually on the bottom left hand side of the keyboard, and then I press the V key at the same time. That's a shortcut for paste. So I'll do that, and you can see this little box highlighted in here. Now the only thing left to do is to change the color, because at the moment we've got pink affirmations on a pink background, which means that all you'll see is pink. So I'll change that color, and I'll change it to black, and I'll click OK, and then I'll click OK again, and now you can see the affirmations have turned up on this canvas. So the last thing that I'm going to do here, I'll go up to the top, and this little arrow at the top here is a move tool. So I'll click on that, and then I'll move the affirmations so that they're in the center of this canvas. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to save this canvas to my computer so that I can use it from my computer. So I'll go File and I'll go Save, and I want to save it on my computer, and I'll click OK, and then I've got to select where I want to save it. So I'll go to the correct place, which is on my desktop in my Visualization Turbo project, my Happy Me, and I'll just save it in this affirmation area here. I'll click Save, and that should have saved. Now I'll close down that window and I'll go back to my Happy Me folder, and I'll just refresh that, and you can see the affirmations color pixlr JPEG image has saved. So I'll open that up and you can see the affirmations there. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to use my fast stone capture, and I want to cut these affirmations into the little affirmations themselves and save them. So I'll just pause for one moment. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to close this window down and close this window down because I'm not using them, and I'll select fast stone capture, and then I'll open up the affirmations again, and this is called I attract happy people to me. So I'll get fast stone capture and I'll select that affirmation there, and then I'll save it as I attract happy people to me, and I'll call it pink, and I'll save it, and then I'll go to the next one, save as I radiate, oh there we go, I radiate happiness pink, and so on and so forth. So I'll work my way through this whole list of affirmations, and I'll end up with the images in my happy people area. Now I'm just going to go back and I'm going to show you how to use Pixlr one more time, but with a different set of affirmations. So let's close that one down, and I'll go back to Pixlr and I'll close that, and I've already saved it, so I'll just say no, and I'll create a new image and I'll call it my happiness helpers. Okay, and I'm going to do 800 by 600 again, and I'm going to click OK, and you can see I've got a canvas show up. Now I'll pick a color for this canvas. Now we've already selected some colors, but I want to take you through this one more time. So what I'll do is I'll click on here and I'll select a color. Let's do light blue, and I'll click OK, and then I'll go to my paint bucket, and you can see the paint bucket tool, and I'll click, and my canvas is now blue. I'll then go down to the font, the type tool, and I'll click on that. I'll go back to my computer and I want to select the happiness helpers. Now this one here is quite long, so I'm going to put my cursor here, I'm going to hold down the shift key and I'm going to hit enter. So that's shift and enter, and that'll put the second part of that sentence on another line. I'm going to copy that, select it, copy it, go back to my browser. I'm going to click on here. In this text box here, I'm going to hold down the keys on my computer, Control, and then I'm going to push the V key, and you can see this box shows up in the background, the background. I'm then going to change the color to black for the text, and I'll click OK, and then I'll click OK again. I'll go up here to the arrow, I'll move this across. Oh, you can see we've actually got one which is stretched beyond the edge of the canvas. Okay, I'll go back down to here. I'll click on this, and the one that I'm looking for, every day in every way I'm getting better and better. So every day in every way, if I put the cursor there, hold down the shift key and hit enter. Oh, that doesn't work. I'll just hit enter. So I didn't need to hold down the shift key, I just hit enter, and I'll click OK. I'll go back to the arrow and I'll move this across to the center here, and you can see I have my affirmations. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go File, I'm going to go Save, and it's a JPEG, good for most photos. I might increase the quality a little bit on this one, say 90%. It's 115K. I'll click OK. I want to save it on my computer, and I want to save it in my Happiness Helpers, my Happy Me file. So I just hit save, and that will be saving. So I'll minimize that window. I'll minimize that window. I'll come back into this folder here, and you can see it's already saved that image, that canvas, to the desktop. So what I'll do now is I'll double click on it and it'll open up, and I can go through the same process again. I'll use my fast stone capture. I'm going to select one of the affirmations. I'll save it in the same folder. And then I'll go to the next affirmation. Whoops, spelled that wrong. And so on and so forth. So I would go through all of these until I had worked my way through these affirmations. Okay, that's it for this video, and I'll see you on the next video, where we're going to take our affirmations and we're going to take our images, our photos, and we're going to put them all together into Visualization Turbo and start the process working for us. Thanks very much. See you on the next video.